everybody, Susan Finch here with Pinky Patrols, all volunteer, all heart. I'm a little wound up today because I had a recent conversation with Russ Cassavah, and he is the founder, president of Little Bricks Charity. And so much has happened since the last time we visited. Oh, yeah. And Russ is here to catch us up because I want you guys to hear about growth for smaller nonprofits that started like he started. We heard his story. You can go back and listen to that episode. I'll link it in this one. But to see the transformation, the growth through conversations, through relationships, and through an open mind that doesn't say, no, it has to be this way or forget it, that Russ was open to, let me consider that. That's a great idea. Let's think about it. And from there, he has leaped so far ahead from where he was just over a year ago. It's phenomenal, Russ. So welcome back.
Yeah, Susan, thank you so much for having me. I have to say, for your viewers listening in, for your listeners, your hair is absolutely beautiful. It looks amazing. I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really appreciate you having us back on. As you said, the past year has been a roller coaster of emotions, of programs, a whole complete tussle of our nonprofit to completely restructure it so we can be as successful as we can in the future. So I'm excited to go over all that today.
Well, an interesting thing that you said that really captured my attention, because when you started, you were so heavily TikTok and Instagram, just constant, always. And you said something that gave me pause. And I think sometimes people need to give themselves permission to do what you did, and especially smaller nonprofits, when you are evaluating what you're doing and what's working and what isn't. You, from the man who was on those venues constantly, to saying, I'm stepping back for a few months. I'm going dark because I need to rethink this. And that's powerful. That's scary for people that, oh, my whole identity is wrapped up in TikTok and Instagram for my nonprofit. It can't be, because otherwise you will be limited and controlled by those venues and at their whim. And it's that pullback, that wider thing. I always think of, is it the Aboriginal tribes where they do those dream walks and in their minds, and it's like they're above the earth and they can see everything going on. It's that pullback to say, okay, wait, what are we really looking to do?
And that is it. We took a massive leap of faith, and looking back on it, I'd probably do a lot of things differently. Like that hindsight is 2020, as they say, right? But I've learned a lot through all of this, and we're set now literally in 4 days to take everything that we've planned over the last 6 months and just push it hard. And I know that as we talk about all the changes we made, I know that this is going to be a grind again, which is the one thing I think everyone is so fearful of. Is I've already put all this time, I've already did the grind, I've put in the videos that get views to get to where I am now. Unfortunately, it's one of the glaring things is, hey, we're going into a new venue. That new venue requires the same dedication and posting that we had on TikTok. And really, it's trying to find now a balance between everything. How can we take what we've got, take what we had, and incorporate all of them together? That's where we're at now. But I think I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Why don't we talk about those changes? A lot of crazy things happened. The beginning of the year, we spoke to an organization that we really want to work with. And they said, hey, look, we love the fact that you're getting lots and lots of Lego to these hospitals, but there are many organizations out there that can do that for us. What we really love is the programs, the events, the experiences that you're creating for these kids using our product. And they said, we think that it would be beneficial for everyone if that was your focus. And this was a huge, exciting thing, but also a gut wrench, right? Like the thing that I put the most focus on with Little Bricks Charity, I was being told, hey, that's really not the thing that's most valuable, because we really did work out this whole, it's gotten to a point where it really runs itself. If we want to go to a hospital, we know we need to raise this much money. We know we can get the Lego from this spot. We know we need to reach out 3 months in advance, 2 months again, 1 month again. We know the whole entire process is just ironed out because we've done it almost 50 times. So to have to step away from something that is that comfort zone was exciting and terrifying all at the same time. I started though by going, okay, I can do this. We can keep up what we're doing here and I can make this change. And very quickly, within a week and a half, I realized that I'm still a one-man show for the most part. And there are only so many hours in the day that I can be effective, right?
Yep.
Like I
I
can
get it.
work the 18 hours a day, but for 6 of those hours, you're really just not effective, right?
Right.
You're working at half capacity and the work
Right.
shows. I made a really tough decision. And honestly, looking back on it, I think it was slightly the wrong decision. But I took every project that we had going on, everything. And I said, it's all on hold. Anything that we were doing, we're putting on hold. And that included social media. And I'm just going to sit down. I'm going to focus for what I thought was going to be a month. I was like, 30 days will be enough. We'll put all this time into just this and it'll work out. But it ended up being 2.5 months completely dark online, which I have 1.2 million followers. And anyone who does social media realizes or knows that social media is a momentum platform. If you really want to get those numbers, you have to build momentum and continue that. And the moment that you stop, that momentum's gone. So you have to fight for that spot again and prove yourself to the platform again. It was very terrifying, but it also was an amazing mental health break for me. Social media for myself may be a little bit different than other people because the audience that we try to share the stories with and the audience that I'm tagged in videos, they're very emotional stories. They're
Right.
very like heartfelt stories.
Yeah.
And it taxes you to some level. And so it was honestly, it was a nice mental health break. We got to completely refocus and we really focused in on our programs. And I took a look at our local hospital and they were our number one client, right?
Right.
CHKD. They're in our backyard. They have
Right.
become this amazing partner that is a proving ground for the programs that they're helping us develop right now. And I was like, what could be brought to this experience that would make it easier for your staff, easier for the patients, and would be a better experience all around? And CHKD is lucky to be one of a small portion of children's hospitals that has internal camera systems, a CCTV, a closed circuit television system. So they can have programs like in one room and broadcast it out to all the
Oh,
TVs. And they
cool.
said, yeah, it's
That's
really
super
neat.
cool.
Yeah. So CHKD is one of these few hospitals that have it. There's a world renowned organization called the Ryan Seacrest Foundation, and they have set up studios like this in 15 children's hospitals nationally now. We spoke to the staff there at CHKD and we got some feedback from the Ryan Seacrest Foundation on, is this something that your hospitals would be interested in too? And CHKD helped us come up with this live stream, this live show that we now do once a month.
Oh,
Yeah,
how
it's
cool.
absolutely amazing.
Where's this studio? Is this in a hospital or is this at your house?
So this is our HQ. This is our garage that we've
Okay.
enclosed in and made nice and air conditioned, luckily. Um, and so, yeah, so we stream now from here to hospitals. And this allowed for a number of things. One, it allowed me to take my knowledge of streaming over the past 14 years to millions and millions of people and turn that into something that is fun, educational, and overall just an amazing escape for children in need. So I got to take these two worlds and combine them in a really awesome way.
I love
But for the
this.
charity, it also meant that it was saving us finances. Once we broke down, how much does it cost for us to physically deliver Lego? Because normally we travel out, we do a show, we raise a little bit of money, but there's still overhead on those trips. So, how much does it cost there? How much would it cost if we delivered these Lego out incrementally, like monthly or quarterly to the hospitals? And so we're looking at a cost savings, which means we can help more people. And also for myself, it means a lot less travel. I have a daughter and a wife, and my daughter's at a very influential age where we're always going out and doing fun things. And unfortunately, because of my job and because of
Right.
what we do, I miss a lot of that. I am on the road usually 10 to 15 days a month. And it, it was one of the stipulations that my wife had for me continuing the charity. She's like, look, if you're going to continue this, we really need to find a way to keep you here. So the live stream check boxes for the hospital, they check boxes for the kids, check boxes for my family, check boxes for the charity's pocket.
Huh.
And so all these boxes were checked. It was very much just kismet. And we've taken that and designed a whole experience around that is not just the live show, but it's after build programs. It's being able to upload photos and videos from families. And also, we're now creating Lego sets that are designed not just as a fun Lego set, but also as a tool, as a mental health tool, as a rehabilitation tool. Like they're designed with that in mind. So we're taking Little Bricks Charity to amazing levels on our program side, to say the least. And it's all because of the feedback that we got from the subject matter experts in our arena, from our board members, and from people like Susan. Having a network of like-minded people who are success driven, especially in the nonprofit world, because
Yeah.
it's a fickle area to navigate, right? And I know if Susan hasn't been through something, that one of my other friends has been through it at some time, and I can always ask for guidance through those things. That feedback was critical to what we're doing now, and really instrumented just massive changes.
One of
Uh,
the things, though, that stands out, yes, you have had some great input, mentors, guides, whatever you want to call them, including the Ryan Seacrest Foundation, all that feedback. But if you were not willing and you had too much of an ego in it, this would not have happened. And I bring that up because a lot of charities, I tell my volunteers, I tell people, I tell my board, when people volunteer, it's for a couple of reasons. And one of the negative reasons, though, is for ego, because they need to fill a hole that can only for them at their in their head be satisfied by being pat on the back, by being in charge, by controlling, by whatever it is, and they aren't willing to humble themselves to be of that servant's heart 100%. And
yeah,
that is the key to me to a successful, the longevity of a nonprofit is taking that attitude, because we read enough horror stories of nonprofits, and but for every one of those there are 100 that are not like that. But of those there are probably 20 though that have that servant's heart mindset. I just look at domestic violence places around here, and I'm making a call this morning to get some clothes out of my trunk and over to them for their career building things. But why are there so many in one area? Why couldn't we just all pool together and expand? And a lot of times it's because I have a vision and it has to be done this way, and I have a vision, it has to be done this way. And I'm not picking on the domestic violence places, but things like that. You were told there are a lot of places that could get Lego to the kids in hospitals. You're not unique. You were
yeah,
not unique. You personally are unique. Your presentation is unique.
yeah.
And that made you stand out, which helped you get all those followers that you were, probably building right back up, I'm sure. But
Mm.
to be able to come up with a unique proposition, a value proposition that what are we actually trying to do? And you are trying to give the kids a better experience in the hospital because they have no choice but to be there. And so that's your bigger mission, actually. Lego is just the tool. And you were able to stand back and say, okay, to get this mission, if just getting Lego isn't enough and it's costing too much and it's too much of my time and my family's getting upset and I miss my family, all those things, what's another way to bring that value? And you hit it. And you were guided to it and open to it, but that's that pullback I was talking about. The key is, how can these kids not only engage with their staff to trust them more? How can their families have something to do with them when they're all sitting around? How can these kids have something to do? How can they learn and keep their minds busy while they're sitting in these beds when they're stuck? And you've addressed all of that. So I would love to hear about the little buddy that's sitting next to you on the desk.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah. And yeah, we'll definitely, I'm going to talk about both of these. One of the, I think the cool things though about those programs is the fact that as we develop this program out, all of those organizations, you're talking about collaboration. Collaboration doesn't necessarily mean we have to join forces, right?
Right.
It could mean, hey, I know that you offer this aspect and we offer this aspect, and those aspects go great together. Let's bring what we do together. And one of the things that our new program will do as we build up the catalog of building all of the sets that you see behind us is it will allow a child to have a Little Bricks charity experience, even if the Starlight Foundation donates the Lego set, even if grandma and grandpa make a 500 Lego set donation to a hospital. It doesn't matter where the Lego comes from. The experience that they have with it can be had through Little Bricks charity services and free of charge. So yeah, I think collaboration really is key, and collaboration is what these guys are about. So let me actually show you a few features here, and we may have to cut a section of this because I may have to like tweak something real quick.
That's
because
fine.
I was trying to get this thing built. But let me show you guys what we have set up. So I'm going to switch over. It's going to be a little loud every once in a while, but we have this awesome Stinger transition set up now. So while we're streaming with the hospital, we can do this front facing camera, but we can also do a top down camera. So we can build just like this.
Right.
Now, the thing that I love about the top down is we can also zoom in. We can come in real close. We can pull in really close on Lego bricks, which I love. So as we're building, I can also bring me in so the kids
Right.
can see me while we're building here on camera. We have that stream-like experience. A lot of these kids are watching Twitch, they're watching YouTube, they're watching all of these awesome live streams, and they're used to seeing formats like this, or they're entertained already by formats like this. And then
I'm gonna have to have you coach me on how to get that set up so I can make blankets the same way. You just need to give me a shopping list.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to pull up a set of instructions real quick. So normally I would have this pulled up already.
I'm gonna make one insert right here. Hey, listeners, if you're gonna have to watch the video of this because we're doing a lot of visual stuff right now, and I'm sorry you're gonna miss out. So I'm gonna cut this out of the audio version, but for you folks on video and listening, go to our YouTube channel for Binky Patrol or look on our website and we will have this video version there as well.
You're going to want to come over to the video. It's awesome. It's the
but
one
this
that
is where
I
those
actually...
hours, folks, when you're watching this, especially if you have a nonprofit and stuff, you're going to have to spend some time learning your equipment. You can't get frustrated. You can't say, oh, I want this new toy, and not spend the time learning it. And just do it. Just record everything and learn from it. Talk it through when you're doing these things. Now I have this. Now I'm pushing this. So you can understand what are the results as you're experimenting and testing your setups. Because any of you that have something visual, Russ is hitting it right here, that this is how you engage, especially with a younger audience. We are used to seeing demos. It started with all of us on cable TV with cooking shows. We had the cooking shows. Here's the stove. Here's all the stuff we're making. It takes time. And obviously, Russ, you put your time into this.
It is one thing that I pride myself on is I say I work 14 hours a day. And while that is true, I'm clocking those hours. I would say probably 4 to 6 of those hours is education every day. And not so
Counts.
much where I'm sitting down going, hey, I want to learn this. I'm going, hey, I want to create this. So I go to a point to where I don't know what to do next. And I go watch a YouTube video and I figure it out. And it really has taken us to the really the next level. Oh, so we interject these like small little video experiences like that. There's 5 or 6 of those all throughout the build of the giraffe. So not only are we giving them a build experience, we're educating them without them really knowing they're being educated. And we're just creating an experience that is memorable for them.
Oh, that's so
And
fun.
yeah,
Having fed giraffes, now we did that with my daughter when she was 4.
yeah,
And we went out in the truck to the wildlife safari place in Oregon and fed them carrots. And she's right, big purple slimy tongues.
yeah, man.
Okay, so this box then that's on your desk, is that a custom creation box for the zoo?
So there's multiple things that we're doing now. Obviously, we're still getting Lego to children's hospitals. Lego sets are already made. They're the easiest thing
Yeah.
for us to implement. And really the children love when they get to see a Lego box, right? It exudes this excitement. So with Lego sets, we're building them the way they are, but we've also partnered up, again, another collaboration with an organization in Canada called Play Well, and they created 36 builds out of this one box that we can do. We focused on the animal builds, trying to collaborate with our local zoo, and so that's one of the multiple experiences. The others are custom Lego sets. Now, this has really changed our life. I'm going to go top down so custom Lego sets are multiple things for us right now. One, they are amazing Lego sets that we can create sometimes at a fraction of the cost of a standard box set. This runs us, let's say this is a retail of $20. We'll get it on sale for 15. And this Lego set here costs us about $9. We're saving so much extra. And this particular Lego set is designed as a communication tool. While this Lego set is a fun build, an educational tool, but it also is a partnership to help fundraise for us. So now we're trying to find ways to create custom sets, essentially sell them at double the price. So when someone buys a Lego set from us, it also gets one to a child in hospital absolutely free. So when someone makes a donation of $25, they get the hockey puck or the happy puck. And then it also gives us the funding to get another one over to a child in the hospital. And both of these were collaborations. Again, I cannot stress to you, collaborate, collaborate, collaborate. The Happy Puck is in collaboration with our Norfolk Admirals. We're actually getting ready to do a massive push on all of our live streams with the Happy Puck. It's a visual communication tool that allows children to express how they're feeling in the hospital without having to say how they're feeling. Sometimes it's very difficult to get those words out, or sometimes you're just a little afraid to get those words out. This gives them also a physical incentive to become happy again. So they see this here and they're searching for that happiness. And when they find it, they get this literal physical thing that they get to do to go back into happy mode. And it really has become an amazing communication tool in the hospitals that we've given it to. The feedback from Child Life is saying, hey, it's great because every time I come in, I know there's something right there that I can start a conversation with. I can go, oh, I'm very glad to see you're still happy today. Or I'm so sorry to see that you're not feeling happy at the moment. What can we do to make you feel better? So this tool here is not just an awesome partnership with our local hockey team and the ECHL, it's so cool. So we got the permission from the ECHL, the East Coast Hockey League, minor league hockey, to sell these at Norfolk Admiral games in their hockey arena. We've ordered 250, that's what's behind me. And we have actual Lego boxes. The same company that is making Legos boxes are printing our boxes for us. And they're actually like an hour away from us, which is amazing. So this set will retail for $25. They cost us about $9 to make. So we'll be able to make one for the hospitalized kid. We'll have a little extra money to cover our overhead to getting them out, boxes, things like that.
Be sure to listen to part 2, where Russ has a big reveal of a new custom Lego build project that will put a smile on your face with all of its happy colors and the story behind the piece, too. We'll talk to you then. Find us at binkypatrol.show. Learn more about Binky Patrol at binkypatrol.org, or look for Russ, littlebrickscharity.org.